Hello and welcome to Pop Along RC, and today we are talking transmitters. As you can see in front of me here, I have got several different trigger transmitters, from some ready to run transmitters to my favourite of them all. So over here we have got a very basic transmitter which we will find in many of our ready to run FTX cars. It's a very reliable piece of radio gear. Another one of my favourites was this one here. This was out of a ready to run Kyosho, and on the top here it has features so you can adjust endpoint on the throttle, which meant you could slow the car down, which made it a very good controller for beginners. So I actually quite like this one, and I've used it on multiple cars. It came out of the Kyosho Sandmaster, and I've used it on a number of cars to help younger drivers learn the basics of RC. My favourite of the ready to run transmitters actually is this one here. The GT2 Evo, which came with my DR8. I think it's got a really nice feel to it. However, you are limited with the sort of adjustments that you can make. And that is where a piece of radio gear like this one here comes into play. The DX3R Pro is my go-to transmitter, and I have been using this for years, probably nearly a decade actually, when it comes to racing RC cars. And within this transmitter we have got lots and lots of settings and options. So endpoint adjust and expo are the main things that I use when using a transmitter like this. It also has ABS braking, you can change the brake balance, it's got lots of idle things for when you're working with a nitro and petrol cars. I do not use those sort of cars, so therefore I could probably get away with a slightly simpler radio than this. What do I want out of a radio? I would like some of the features that I use in the DX3R Pro. However, you only have to look at some of these to see that there's mud and dirt all over them. My transmitters do get a little bit of a beating, and even this one here has got a nasty little crack in the screen there. So I've gone for something a little bit more rugged, you might say, and that is this. This is the DX5 Rugged, and this is going to be my new radio. So for the sort of driving that I do, which involves bashing, crashing, crawling and racing, this is the ideal transmitter for me, because it is rugged, it is hardened, it is water resistant, and it also has the adjusting features that I like to do with my race cars, so therefore it kind of ticks all the boxes for me. So yeah, so this is the DX5 Rugged. It comes with an SR515 in this box. That's because I've gone with a black design. There are a couple of limited edition versions of this controller. It comes in green and orange, but both of those do not come with the receiver. Let's get inside the box. So here it is. Wow, that is actually quite large. It is considerably bigger than some of these other radios. Now I said that the DR8's controller was quite a nice one, quite a nice feel, but you can see that is considerably larger, and it actually has quite a large grip. If I compare it to my DX3, there we go, that handle is actually already quite large, so I had to upgrade this handle to the larger one on the original DX3R Pro, whereas this one, it's already got quite a big grip on that. It's very substantial. So looking at the features, this one here has the drop down. This one here though has an interesting feature, which is the thumb lever so that you can steer with your thumb. So that's a nice feature. Don't know how often I will use that, to be honest. Maybe if I'm out filming and out playing with some of my bashers, that might be where I head. So we've got a reinforced bar here, pretty sturdy. We've got rubber seals all around the edges so it can take some knocks and bumps. The steering wheel itself is a lot firmer than the soft foam that I've got on my race one, which I'm very used to. So yeah, externally very nice. So if we compare some other features then, on the back here I've got quite a large screen on the DX3R Pro, whereas on this one's got a slightly smaller screen, and also the way in which you scroll through the menu. Here we've got a push button and a scroll bar, where this one is a touch screen. So there are no buttons there, it is literally a touch screen to scroll through the features. Okay, so in the box you also get this little pamphlet, which is a very quick guide on how to use the touch screen here at the back of the transmitter. So you have got the touch and the slide. Interesting. So it does say steering tension adjust. You can adjust the steering tension on there. It's feeling it is quite loose. I have definitely got a slightly firmer spring on the Pro Racing car. But again, there's a little screw just under here which you can tighten up to tighten up that spring. So I'm going to take this out, give it a little test run at the track, straight in at the deep end racing, and I will feedback what features I've used and how it gets on. If you're after a stick transmitter, do come back soon, because Mark is looking for a new race controller.